Hello everybody. All of a sudden it is June and we're in the garden. And what are you going to want to do in your garden here in gorgeous Zone 9B, fabulous Northern California? Hang on, wait a few minutes and I will tell you. I think we should start with the chores, just because there are so many darn fabulous things to do in the garden in June. And if we get those chores out of the way, then you're totally freed up to go on, get outside and have some fun in the garden. So let's jump right in. First off, double check your irrigation right now. Check to see that it's working, that all of your plants are getting properly hydrated. Don't forget your perennials need hydration, your grasses, your annuals, your fruit trees really need to be hydrated right now because they're about to produce all that fruit you've been waiting for. And it's warm. Suddenly it's warm. We're in the 80s today, which is absolutely fabulous, but our plants might be thirsty, so go double check your irrigation, triple check. You can have a look at your plants and they will pretty much tell you if they're getting enough water. You're looking for strong stems, robust deep green leaves, and beautiful blooms that are not wilty and faded. Your vegetables, of course, need the proper hydration too, because you want good, snappy beans, juicy tomatoes. You will know. Trust me, you'll know. And if you don't, come on in and ask me questions. Pay extra attention to containers right now too. You probably have gorgeous containers on your decks, on your patios, on the porches. Go double check on that, because this kind of heat that we've had in the last few days, those containers are holding the heat into the evening hours and into the night, and that's making that soil dry out a little bit faster. So double check on your containers even more than the rest of your garden. Don't forget, when you've got a plant in a container, it's pretty much held captive until you take care of it again. Same time, when I've said all of that, don't drown your plants. Overwatering kills an awful lot of plants too. Make sure they're draining properly and the water's not pooling in there and that you're not drowning them. Another chore you really don't want to forget about is weeding, of course. With all your fabulous irrigation that you're doing in your garden and making sure your plants are hydrated, well, the weeds are probably staying hydrated too. Nip them in the bud, get them out before they get out of hand, and just make your life easier. You don't want those roots going too deep. Another thing to do right now in June, the pests. You want to really make sure that you're continuing with your inspections for various pests. Slugs and snails are kind of retreating a little bit with the weather getting warmer. Earwigs, though, they are ramping it up. So keep an eye out for earwigs. I've got some recipes out there for earwig traps that are fun and easy to make. Traps the earwigs, but there's lots of different products out there also. Aphids are still a pest. Keep an eye on them, especially on rosebuds, new green growth in your vegetable garden or whatnot. Keep an eye out. Lots of things to do about aphids too. And the other thing you really want to stay up on right now is pruning back what needs pruning back. Or deadheading is really more like it. But clematis, come and let me show you this one. Right now is the perfect time to prune this clematis back. That'll be a whole other video. But when you're not seeing blooms anymore, but you're seeing these fluffy, beautiful flower heads, seed heads, this is when you're going to want to prune back your early blooming clematis. This time of year, you prune it back by about half, and then you feed it. Roses continue to deadhead. Feed your roses at the same time. Do I have any roses to demonstrate? I do. I have this fabulous, fabulous little fairy rose. Now this one is in the shade a little bit, so it is a little bit behind, but it definitely could use a little bit of deadheading and some feeding as well. Any of your spring bloomers or early blooming perennials that have done, time to cut those back and give them a little bit of food as well. If you have a lawn, you don't want to feed it right now, but what you do want to do is set the mower blades a little bit higher and don't shave them as tight as you would in early spring. Let the grass grow a little bit higher. Keeps the whole lawn a little cooler, stops it getting burnt out on a super hot day. If you're wondering at all, do I prune my clematis back or not? Have a look at this one. This fabulous avant-garde does not need to be pruned back yet. I do not even see a fluffy seed head at all anywhere on it yet, and it is all blooms. So don't cut the blooming ones back right now, just the ones where it's more seed head than flowers. All right, moved into the shade a little bit because seriously, it is really hot today. And I don't have my hat. I left it in the car. So a couple more chores before I move on to the fun stuff and what you can plant right now in June. If you have a cutting garden, don't forget to keep cutting those flowers, because that way you really keep it producing more and more and more. Maybe you still have sweet peas in your garden. Keep cutting them. You'll probably notice right now the stems of your sweet peas are a little bit shorter. Come and I'll show you. We're up here at the chicken garden and Cottage Gardens today. We have some sweet peas still blooming away like crazy. But it's coming towards the end of their season. If you're trying to prolong the whole sweet pea season, keep cutting them. Don't let them go to seed. Unless, of course, you really want them to go to seed and never have to plant sweet peas again. But you probably notice the stems are getting a little short at this time of year now that it's warmed up. If you want to keep those sweet peas producing beautiful blooms for you, keep cutting them. Bring them indoors. Enjoy that fabulous fragrance. Other chores right now, mulch. Add mulch. If you don't have mulch in your garden already, you're going to want to add it now. Mulch around your roses, mulch around your fruit trees, around your perennials, around your veggie garden. Choose a really good mulch that actually adds nutrients to your garden and doesn't rob the nutrients as it breaks down. The other thing that mulch does, as well as add nutrients, keeps that moisture locked in the soil, and so it's easily accessed by your plant's roots. And it also keeps the weeds down. Because there are so many chores that you really do need to stay up on in June, I'm kind of splitting the fun stuff into a couple of different sections. I really want to talk about seeds you should be planting right now in June. In the vegetable garden, you're going to keep wanting to plant carrots, heat-resistant lettuce, beets, radishes. But let me stop right there. Carrots, radishes, and beets all like the cooler weather. So right now, this time of year, you're going to want to plant those particular seeds in the shadier parts of your garden, which is super, super cool. Even the lettuces, even if they're heat resistant, they might appreciate some afternoon shade. Unless it's the Australian yellow leaf, which seems to really, really love to be in the sun no matter what. Or the icebergs, they really do like the heat too. There's this cute little hummingbird right up there that I keep getting distracted by. It's so cute. It's checking out all the little lines that I put up for the passion vine and the wisteria to grow on. Oh, it's visiting the passion vine. Oh. Okay. Other seeds that you're going to want to plant right now, it is the perfect time to plant your pumpkin seeds out in the garden right now. You want pumpkins for Halloween, now's the time to plant them. If you want to get a little bit of a head start, or you might have, critters in your yard that always keep eating the seeds, grab your pumpkin starts right now. This is really when you want them, so that you're going to have all those fabulous pumpkins to harvest once it's Halloween. So, flowers that you want to plant right now, we talked about cutting gardens earlier. So right now you can plant sunflowers and cosmos and marigolds and zinnias, the perfect cutting garden additions. But they're not just great in cutting gardens, they're great for filling any little bit of a bare patch anywhere in your garden. And there's nothing like wandering out there and picking zinnias and sunflowers and just watching the pollinators visit. Sometimes it's hard to pick the zinnias because there's a butterfly on them, but they are great, great cut flowers. And speaking of pollinators, what a fabulous time to add a butterfly bush to your garden. June is a great time, partly because They're already in bloom. Here in the nursery, I've got 5 or 6 different kinds of butterfly bush, which is a larval host plant for a lot of different butterfly species. But the nectar, oh my goodness, all pollinators love it, but the butterflies particularly adore it, which is why Buddleia is called butterfly bush. So it's a great time to add something fabulous and blooming to your pollinator garden or just to your landscape or to bring in the pollinators. Speaking of which, now that it is heated up and it's a little bit hotter, also make sure in your pollinator garden you've got a water source for the honeybees, the butterflies, and for the birds to visit. It just makes all the difference. One more chore before we leave this fabulous wisteria area. I got reminded as I got slapped in the face by these wisteria tendrils. It's time to prune your wisteria. This is a summer pruning of your wisteria. They're finished blooming and the pods are up there and you want to like clean the wisteria up. Obviously, all of these bits are not serving the purpose that I want from my wisteria. So I will be pruning each and every one of these long skinny bits all the way back to the main trunk, revealing the main trunk and directing the growth upwards. What I want from these wisteria right here is shade coverage for all these shade-loving plants beneath. So I'm going to clean this up, direct the growth up there. That's where all the energy is going to go. Okay, so this is so not an actual chore, but one thing I really want to remind you to do is to go outside and enjoy your gardens. Right now, in June, all the spring bloomers are probably still just about blooming. All your summer bloomers are really coming into their own. So much beauty is going on. Your salvias should be blooming. Your lavender should be blooming, or at least beginning to. It is an absolutely fabulous time in the garden here in Northern California. So go on outside, really have a look at everything. You can check for pests, you can check for irrigation at the same time, but I really, really want you to actually take in the beauty. And if you're the sort of person who likes to write a journal, write down what's your favorite thing, what is performing better than anything else, what is the thing that just makes your heart sing. I have my own favorites in my garden and I'll share those with you in a week or two. And another thing I really want to tell you, there's so much to do in the garden in June and there's so many fabulous plants available at the nurseries near you or here at Cottage Gardens that really is a whole other video. We talked about hydrangeas, mop-head hydrangeas a couple of weeks ago. Oh my goodness, this is the time to add one. Yes, you have to water them, but you get to see what the blooms are going to look like. It's a great time to add roses. It's a great time to add any summer blooming plants. There are so many great things that you might want to add. I seriously have to do a whole other video. Same with the veggies. You can still plant tomatoes. You can still plant peppers. We do live in one of the best climates on earth. Seriously, I cannot say enough good things about here, Northern California, us and Zone 9B. Yeah, we have to water a bit, but you know what? It is so, so worth it. So there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for watching my videos, watching all the videos. Thank you so much for sharing your garden stories with me. You know, it makes me super, super happy when you come on in and you tell me what you love about your garden. Share your experiences, share your stories, share with your neighbors, but I love to hear how your garden is going. Drop me a comment if you live too far away and you can't come visit. But if you can, make the time to come on up to Petaluma. You're going to absolutely love it. Meanwhile, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. Email me anytime, but do visit if you possibly can. And main thing, go outside, enjoy your gardens, look at the beauty outside, and have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time, everybody. Happy gardening.